Welcome to your next chills before sleep. Before the video starts, consider subscribing to the channel and press the like button for more scary stories. I'm curious about how many of you have encountered something otherworldly on TikTok too. Make sure you stick around to the end of this video and never make the same mistake I did. My name is Naomi. I was a sophomore in high school when this story took place. Like other teens, I was also in the habit of following every trend that goes on. The Bloody Mary challenge, the Charlie challenge, you name it, I've done it. My friend Jennifer and I would do these challenges together. We had been childhood best friends and had shared love for the paranormal. This was apparent even from a young age, when we would dress up as Sadako and Kayako from The Grudge and the Ring movies for Halloween. Even though she was not related to me, I loved her like a sister. Jennifer was very conventionally attractive. She was very tall. She had green eyes and red hair. She was the center of attention in any public setting. She made heads turn in the hallways, and the boys used to fall for her left and right. This led to the winning of a lot of pageants. She knew how to use her good looks and capitalize on them. In fact, she was a mildly popular TikTok influencer. She had around 50,000 followers on TikTok. Her channel was focused around horror content, but her heavy following may have been attributed to her posting thirst traps from time to time. I never judged her though. We lived in a small, isolated town where nothing good ever happened. You gotta make the best of what you have in these situations. Jennifer would get really excited when she learned about a new horror ritual on TikTok. She would even rope me into trying it out with her. I would always go along with it. I loved horror anyway, and I would do anything for my best friend. The latest trend that she had discovered was the midnight water ritual. I was always enamored with the moon and witchy stuff. Thus, I was more than happy to do this ritual alongside her. Some of her ritual videos would go viral on TikTok and get around 1 million views. She had even been a trendsetter and started some bigger trends on TikTok. She told me about the midnight water ritual when we were studying together on a weeknight. It was a school night, but we were studying late at night together. Our houses were very close together, so my father would just walk her home after we were done studying. But of course, being teenage girls, we didn't immediately say goodbye after doing our homework. We started talking about all sorts of things. From boys, to school dances, to our English teacher, Mr. Brown's new wife. Around 10 o'clock, the topic changed to her TikTok following. And that's when she started telling me about the new TikTok trend she wants to do with me. It's called the Midnight Ritual, she said, with her eyes shining as bright as the stars. It's a ritual that you have to do at midnight. You have to surround yourself with trees and bring a bucket of water with you. The moon should be hitting the surface of water. Place 5 stones around the buckets. And then you have to look at the water in the bucket. It will look just like a mirror in the moonlight. You have to look at yourself and concentrate. It is said that a spirit later possesses you, and it will make you spill all of your secrets. Think about it, your darkest secrets. Out in the open. Maybe things you didn't even know about yourself. What's so good about spilling your secrets though? That sounds horrible, I said, in a matter-of-fact way. Oh, come on, don't be a party pooper, she said, trying to get me excited. It'll be fun. What's the catch though, I asked. Does there have to be one? There always is. Okay, smartass, she said, chuckling. Well, the catch is that the spirit that possesses you may make you do their dirty work, and you end up doing something unspeakable. But you know nothing like that ever really happens. Come on, it'll be fun. Please? Those damn puppy eyes. I surrendered in front of her like I always did. Okay, fine, I said, trying to downplay how freaked out I was. She cheered as she hugged me. We decided to do the ritual on our monthly sleepover, which was just 2 days away. Then she took her books and my dad walked her back to her house. The next 2 days were uneventful. Nothing big happened. It was just the usual. School, clubs, cheerleading practice, family dinners, study groups. Jennifer's TikTok following grew every day. She was as popular as ever. She even got asked out by the captain of the football team, and they decided to go out on the following week. I never got asked out by any guys, but that's okay. I guess I was just meant to be the nerdy sidekick of the beautiful main character. Eventually, the days passed and our monthly sleepover came. The stage was set. There were woods next to Jennifer's house. That is where we were going to do the ritual. She had kept a bucket of water on the moon as soon as the sun went down to charge the water, she had said. We enjoyed the sleepover like we always did. We gossiped, we cooked, and we watched some horror movies. Around 10 p.m., it was supposed to be bedtime. We told Jennifer's parents that we were going to turn in for the night. They wished us good night and went to sleep as well. We snickered as the lights turned out, and there was total silence in the house. Then we slowly sneaked out of the window. We tried to be as quiet as possible. It only took about 5 minutes to reach the bucket that Jennifer had set up. She had also insisted on bringing a tripod and her phone with her. Of course, she was going to record the ritual and post it. She set up the tripod and hit record. She started in on a hushed tone. Hello everyone. Today we will be doing the Midnight Water Challenge. I've been wanting to do this for a while now, and today I'm here with my best friend Naomi to complete this ritual. She looked ethereal, with the moonlight hitting her fiery red hair and her long white nightgown. She was beautiful. Naomi will be going first. If you want to check out what the ritual is about, you can watch another TikTok I made about this ritual. She looked at me expectantly. I stepped forward. I looked at the camera and I tried to smile, but I'm sure it just came across as an awkward grin. I walked toward the bucket and I knelt down in front of it. The film of water on top was unbroken, just like a mirror. I looked into it, looked deep into it. All I saw back was my face. I think I sat there in that position for about 5 minutes, and then I stood back up again. When I looked at Jennifer, she had a big smile on her face. Excitedly, she asked me, "Do you feel anything?" I didn't want to disappoint her, but I couldn't lie to her. No. Her face instantly fell. "But maybe you will," I said, trying to keep her spirits up. She regained her stage presence and looked into the camera. She said, "That's true. I always have felt a connection with the paranormal. Maybe I will feel something." That was a lie. She wasn't clairvoyant. Every time we have done any ritual, nothing special has happened. But I let it go. It's just a pretend personality, I told myself. She walked slowly, almost theatrically. She knelt down in front of the bucket. She stared into the water, looked down at her own pretty face. I was sure nothing was going to happen. Or she was just going to fake having been possessed. Everything stood still for what felt like an eternity. Jennifer had been sitting in that position forever. Jennifer? I started. Suddenly, a pair of hands emerged from the bucket and dragged Jennifer under. I screamed and I charged forward. I tried to help Jennifer. She was thrashing and kicking and trying to save herself. I tried to drag her back with all my strength, but I couldn't. The struggle was tiring. I even tried to kick the bucket from under her, but it felt like the bucket was attached to the ground with cement. I tried shouting for help, but no one would listen. I tried to run to the tripod and grab her phone, but for some reason, no matter how much I ran, it felt like I couldn't reach the phone. I was helpless. Eventually, Jennifer stopped thrashing. Her body went entirely limp. I was scared. I knew there was nothing I could do to help my friend. I ran back to my house. My parents tried to ask me what was wrong, but I ran to my room and locked myself in. My phone was being blown up by Jennifer's parents as well. I stayed in bed in the fetal position for what felt like forever. Eventually, I got a curious notification on my phone. Jennifer's body had been found in the woods along with her phone. I'm sure the video would be considered as police evidence, but someone had leaked it online. When I saw the video, I was horrified. The video showed Jennifer kneeling on top of the bucket. I saw what had happened. I ran towards her and forced her head under the water. She thrashed and kicked. She tried her best to fight back against me, but I would not budge. There was murder in my eyes. I held her head down till she stopped moving, and then I walked away. That was where the video ended. I understood now what had happened. The midnight water ritual was real. The spirit did appear, and it had possessed me. It had exposed my greatest secret. What was my biggest secret? That I wished Jennifer would just drop dead. She treated me like I was her sidekick. She was always the prettiest, the smartest, the most charming. She always got everything. I felt like I was invisible, and the only way to be seen was to get her out of the way. Of course, I would never actually try to kill her, but the spirit had made me. The spirit knew what I wanted. Now I can hear the police sirens outside. I'm sure I'll be arrested for killing my best friend. Even though I loved her, I don't think the police will listen to my tale of TikTok possession. But hopefully you will. Please don't try the midnight water ritual or any other TikTok trend that you see online. They can be deadlier than you could ever imagine. Thank you for watching this video. Have you experienced a similar situation or another scary experience? Don't hesitate to submit your story by email or in the comments section down below. Ready for your next Chills Before Sleep? Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for us to provide you with more scary stories. Let us know what you think, and don't forget to enable all notifications. Be the first one to get the chills.